Hello there, Mad Mike here, and welcome back to the channel. And today we are going to be doing a trailer breakdown for the new Amazon Prime original starring Michael B. Jordan, Without Remorse. Now, the reason why I'm highlighting this specifically is one of two reasons. Number one, I don't want to have an aneurysm from watching the Space Jam 2 trailer, and number two is that this is actually the first film that is in the direct continuity of the Rainbow Six universe, because Michael B. Jordan is playing the John Clark character, although he is, I think in the movie he's actually named John Kelly. They do use a different name. I don't know why they changed the last name, but whatever. Might have had to do with licensing issues, but regardless, they've changed some stuff around from the source material, and I'll go over that a little bit. But let's dive into the trailer. Now, it starts off as kind of your generic action trailer sort of thing. Michael B. Jordan appears to have been shot a couple of times. He's got some bloody gauze pads on him, and he's being wheeled through, a hospital hallway on a gurney. He's being rushed into, emergency medical care, so that way he doesn't die from his wounds. And then we get a little bit of a flashback and some voiceover work from some CIA guys. One of them is actually being played by Guy Pearce. And it's kind of telling you exactly what happened to him, which is that basically these insurgents or something like that, they don't exactly go into exactly who wants him dead, only that he's part of a group that a lot of people want dead. And basically, his wife, his pregnant wife, was killed, and he was shot multiple times. So now that he has survived his near-death experience, he is going to go on a murderous killing spree and destroy all the people that wronged him, which, again, kind of your generic action movie type motivation. Now, what makes this a little bit more nuanced than your standard action movie is kind of the surgicalness of some of the action. It's not necessarily a John Wick thing. It's not a free for all type of thing where John Wick's just blowing up people's heads. A lot of it appears to be, from the trailer anyway, a lot of the action that they show is him sort of doing pretty tactical stuff in a lot of these scenes. It reminds me a little bit of oh God, Act of Valor, the movie that everybody thought was basically Call of Duty the movie, which I actually didn't mind. I saw it in theaters. But it reminds me a little bit of that, except not from first person. It reminds me of a bit of kind of like a again, it's a little bit different than a John Wick, because they go into these scenes afterwards where he goes into these voiceovers. He says, "Oh, I'm going to make this right." Now, a lot of the generic stuff you see with a lot of action movies. But then you go into some of these fight scenes. Now, the first one that they show, which is in the middle part of the trailer, is he's beating up this one guy who has an assault rifle, and then he takes that away. I'm assuming he shoots him. There's a few other guys that are in that picture as well. So that's kind of your standard fight. But then it goes into this other thing where it's almost like a stealth type of deal, where there's this guy. He's looking. It looks like they're under some kind of an overpass. These two soldiers. One of them's by a fire, and the other one's on the other side of this little waterway. And he reaches his hand up, grabs the guy who's looking down at the water, and pulls him under. At the same time, he then uses his gun, which I presume is either from underwater or poking the barrel up, and shoots the other guy in the chest. He then emerges from the water and continues on his way, which I thought that was an interesting one. But the one that I really like is the one that they finished the trailer with, because that shows kind of it shows a very tactical instinct, which is, and it doesn't go where you think it's going to go. He has all these cars. Looks like he's kind of he's been chasing this guy who's in this car. He's probably killed everybody else that was protecting him, and he then proceeds to douse the car with gasoline and light it on fire. Now, I initially thought when I watched it for the first time that he was doing that because the car was bulletproof or something like that. He couldn't get to the guy, so he just decided to cook him inside the car, which, yeah, okay, I get that. But instead, he lights the car on fire and then goes up, opens the side door very quickly, and then dashes himself inside the car and closes the door. And the reason why he did that, I then realized, was that he lit the car on fire so that nobody could stop him from getting information from this guy before he got what he wanted, because the car's on fire. They have to put out the fire before they actually get to the car and break open the doors to get both of them out. So I thought that was really interesting, because that's a lot of forethought put into something for an action film. And I like that aspect of it. It's not just your standard, I'm going to blow you the fuck up and I'm going to murder you. He actually wants information from this person. So I like that aspect about it. I like the fact that this is actually going to be leading into a proper Rainbow Six movie. So Michael B. Jordan is going to be part of that, which I don't dislike. I think Michael B. Jordan's an all right actor. I think that he could definitely carry an action role very well. The only problem that I see with that is that some of his previous films in the last few years have not been, or previous performances in the last few years have not really blown me away. I mean, a lot of people like him from the Creed movies, and I get that. But Killmonger in Black Panther, I thought that was such a. I didn't really like that character. I like his motivation more than I like the character himself. So some other stuff that's kind of mixed in there. He's one of those actors. He's kind of like a Tom Holland, where he's saturating the market a lot right now, and he's being picked up for a lot of big AAA features. And again, not a bad thing, but I feel like it's just you're oversaturating the market with him, so people are starting to get tired of it, or some people are starting to get tired of it. I should say, not everybody, but some of us. But again, I have no problem with that. The trailer looks solid. I like the action. I like the fact that it's a little bit more tactical, as it should be, because it's a Tom Clancy-related product. It should be a bit more of a militaristic type of feel, especially with what we're doing here. Now, the character of John Clark has appeared in some other films. He was played by Willem Dafoe, and I believe it was Clear and Present Danger. It was one of the two Harrison Ford, Tom Clancy films. And he was also played by Liev Schreiber in Sum of All Fears, which was the later one where Ben Affleck, I believe, played the Jack Ryan character, the main character of that universe. But I am excited. I do want to see a proper Rainbow Six movie. I'd like to see the first book adapted, because I do like the first novel, or any of the stuff from the games too. Again, they have a massive catalog of information to go to from there. The actual film book version of this film is also out there too, even though it's set before that. Because I understand they had to update some stuff for this, because this takes place, I believe, during the Second Gulf War, or the flashbacks. Because we do see shots of Michael B. Jordan in full military gear, and it looks like he's in a helicopter and something. He's flying over some Middle Eastern place, probably Baghdad or something. So you have that aspect of it, which they've updated, because the original novel actually had him in Vietnam as opposed to in the Middle East, which, again, for the time period, it made sense, because I believe the original novel came out in 1993. So it was a little before. But I like it as a starter. It's going on Amazon Prime, so it's going to be on that streaming service exclusively, or you can pirate it as usual. But like I said, I like the trailer. It didn't wow me necessarily, but I like what I'm seeing so far, and it looked solid. So, as usual, I'm going to link the trailer in the description below for anybody that wants to watch it, but I want to know what you think. Do you like, Tom Clancy products? Are you excited for Without Remorse? Do you want to see it? Do you not want to see it? Do you like Michael B. Jordan? Do you not like Michael B. Jordan? Put your thoughts in the comments below, as usual. I like to read them. Hit the bell for notifications, hit the like button, subscribe, and remember, I live my life free of compromise. Do you?